Wow, that's cool. What is it?
What's up, everybody? Today I want to show you around my garage gym and kind of give you an insight to my thinking on why I chose certain things to be in here. The reason why I want to make this video is because I get asked a lot, what I should get for my home gym, because with COVID-19 a lot of people are working out from home. So I'm gonna show you around, kind of give you an insight. You can come over here. This might seem kind of goofy, and I've made another video about this. But I think if you're like medium to like good conditioning, I think a jump rope is a great place to start because they're cheap, they don't take up much space. So for a lot of people, I feel like a jump rope would be a good investment. I realize a lot of you can't jump, and that's okay, but I'm just speaking to the people who can't. Okay, so then the next thing, this is where there's confusion, I think, is, should I get kettlebells? Should I get dumbbells? My personal opinion is I'm not really a fan of using kettlebells. I know I have them, and when I say I'm not a fan of using them, I just mean more in the sense of investing in them, especially if you have limited funds or limited space. Dumbbells are just so much more versatile with what you can do with them. In addition to, you can pretty much do everything with a dumbbell. So for example, the big thing that people use kettlebells for are swings, but you can just use a dumbbell. So, and also a lot of traditional moves are just awkward. So for example, like a clean, this is a very easy move to teach. But if I want to teach somebody how to do a clean with a kettlebell, it just requires a lot of dexterity and kind of knowledge on how to do it. Kettlebells are just way better. So you could invest in just a couple of weights, maybe a lighter pound, maybe lighter dumbbells, maybe a couple of heavier ones. I want to say for the most part, you're going to end up spending about $1, $2 per pound. So for example, this is 10 pounds. This is going to run you like 20 bucks. So I've mentioned this before. If you want a lot of dumbbells, I got a lot of little, maybe I should have cleaned up, right? Anyway, okay, so with these, with this just gives you options, a lot of options here. So this runs all the way up to 32 pounds. This is 4 pounds, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, all in one, okay? So this is just one block, and that pretty much accomplishes all these dumbbells. So to me, I want to say if you're looking to work out from home, invest in just a couple pairs of dumbbells. Maybe, depending on your fitness level, you can get like a light pair, maybe, a few pounds, 5 pounds, maybe a couple of 10s, a couple of 15s. And I think that right there, you're pretty much can do almost anything, okay? Now, if you want to step up your game and you want to have more stuff, then you have other options. Another great option, I think, is to invest in a squat rack. So this is a squat rack. By the way, like pretty much most of the stuff that I have. So for example, all those dumbbells right there were given to me from a client. This squat rack I found on Craigslist for pretty cheap. So with the squat rack, the reason why I think it's a good investment is you can do so much with this. So for example, if you want to do pull-ups on the bar, if you want to do toes to bar, bench press, these, squat racks, if you don't know, they have adjustable, what's this word? I don't know what I'm looking for, but
Arm.
Adjustable arm. Sure. So, that way you can do bench press. You can come in here and do squats and set these up so that way you don't have to worry about the weight falling on you because it will get caught by this. So, outside of dumbbells, I would say look to get a squat rack would be the next thing. These are going to run you, and depending on where you get it, $500, $1,000, depending on where you go, how fancy it is, whatever. This right here, this is called TRX, and this is another option that you have. The patent on these has expired from TRX, so you can get like knockoffs that are way cheaper. And this just allows you to use body weight, you know. This isn't something that I would necessarily push for, a TRX, because you can do a lot of those same movements. I'll just show you a bunch of different stuff. So for example, you know, I can accomplish almost the same thing here with just a barbell, like this. So, you know, I'm just giving you guys ideas so you can be creative within the space that you have. One of my friends, Rode, he made this box for me. I think a box is a good piece of equipment to have in your gym. It's something that I use a lot myself. You can do step-ups on it. You can do movements where you sit down, stand up. If you're fit enough, you can stand on it. The cool thing about this one is it's adjustable. So you can make it, you know, higher depending on, you know, what you're trying to do. So let's say I want to do push-ups. I can do push-ups on this, like this. Lots of options.
Is your friend still in business? Is he still making those?
He is. Meatball something. I forgot the name of his business, but.
Oh, okay. So if somebody needs, can contact you.
Sure, contact me.
All right.
This video is sponsored by Meatball.
No, it's not, but.
Yeah, one thing that you could do as a workaround that I do sometimes, you can come over here, is you can, so for example, just step up on something. So for example, I use these plates. You can just find anything around the house and just kind of step up on it. The downside to this is, for example, using these plates is it's more unstable. If let's say somebody's stepping up or jumping up on a box, it's way more stable. So now one thing I will tell you is, let's say that you want to get plates, right? You want to get workout plates for a Olympic bar like this. I'll show you over here. You have traditional plates like that are hard, made out of metal, okay? If you're gonna get plates like that, I would definitely suggest that you go the plastic route, which are the ones over here. The reason being is because these are designed to be dropped. So there's just so many more movements that you can do with these, and if you're gonna spend money on weights like this, you might as well get these. I almost never use those. Rarely do I use those. And a lot of times, the only time I use those is because I run out of these. So definitely I would go plastic plates. One thing I didn't mention is just a simple bench. This is something that you could just use a chair. So for example, in my virtual class, everyone's just using a chair. I mean, I think some people have a bench, but it is kind of helpful to have a bench. You can do things like a, chest press, laying down here. Of course, you could always do that on the floor, but the benefit of doing it on a bench is your elbows can track farther down to get more range of motion. If you are going to invest in a bench, I highly recommend that you do one that's adjustable so you can make it incline. You might as well, if you're going to pay the money anyway, get one that's adjustable. That way you can do other movements, versus just flat bench. Another cool thing about a bench is you can do things like rows. You could always just step up on a bench too. I used to do that too, so instead of the box. Sorry, Road, but okay, so I guess I'm giving you insight into how I think. My recommendations, like I said, the number one thing would just get a pair of dumbbells. If you have dumbbells, you're pretty much set. You don't need to think about, I need to get this, I need to get that. That's pretty much it right there. Then maybe like a squat rack, I think would be next. If you are going to get, let's say, an Olympic bar with weights, I'll go bumper plates. Like I said, I do training for a living, so I have more stuff. One of my clients, she has a better gym in her garage than I do. So this is very modest. I'm not like, ooh, look at my stuff. This is just, I mean, I wasn't even planning to work out from my garage, but anyway, I made these. These are cool, parallettes. This is super cheap. I can link that video if you guys are interested in how to make them, but they're easy to make, but there's lots of different moves that you can do. Like I call these in and outs. You go forward and back. Oh, did I just spit? You go here, you do push-ups, you can do dips. So if you are looking to kind of do maybe more body weight type things, you can consider getting parallettes. If you look at Olympic people, those guys are jacked and they're doing body weight stuff. So this is a Sled. I've had it in here and I've never even used it. Never even used it. This is, we're gonna put it in the workout help out van. These things are really cool, but I just can't see myself bringing outside, using it on the concrete. So I would not invest in a Sled. A ball, people tend to like the balls. I got this from Lifetime. They basically got rid of a bunch of balls, so I took one. This has sand in it, which I think is better because it prevents it from rolling around. So you are gonna spend more money if you buy one with sand in it, but to me it just makes it a lot better because it doesn't just roll around. The plastic on this brand, the Bosu, is a lot thicker and I like it a lot better. So if you are looking to get a ball, think about one like this. I made a video about this before. This is a, you basically put your phone there and you can play games and stuff. It's kind of cool, but I rarely ever use this. I think it's kind of gimmicky. You basically put your forearms on it, and then you play the game, and on the screen, this is kind of cool for kids. Kids tend to like it, but they lose interest real fast. Another thing that you can think about in your garage if you want is you can think about maybe getting like a fan to cool it down. Ooh, this is a good one right here. This is a good piece of equipment. Right here, this is cheap. I don't know how, probably 10 bucks around, but you hold on to it, you just roll out. Woo! This is a good one. This is, like I said, and plus, don't be afraid because, I do this with, really deconditioned people, older people. All you do, you just don't go out as far. That's all it is. Even that, I can feel it. So, this is a good piece of equipment, cheap, I would recommend. I made a video about these monkey feet. If you guys see this advertised, I probably used this like a couple of times and then never used it again. So I'm not really a fan of that. That's just me. Oh, you could always get traditional plates, like dumbbells like this that you can switch out the weight, which is kind of cool. The power blocks, you can switch the weight out real quick. This just takes a little longer. You got to unscrew it, screw it. But that's another option that I didn't even mention. I think that's it in here. Yeah, that's all you need. Actually, well, I have this elliptical. I'm not a fan of devices like this. Somebody gave it to me, so I just threw it in here, might as well. But I actually just bought a ski erg. So that thing is really cool. I have it in my house, I gotta set it up. Oh, another thing too, I'll say this, is this ground right here. It's another thing somebody gave it to me. Everything in here. Anyway, this ground right here, I probably should replace this ground, but one of my clients told me she bought something similar on Amazon. And I like it over here because it's soft. There are drawbacks though to being soft. Like if you're gonna do something on the ground, it's nice to have kind of like a soft ground. This flooring right here is harder. So, if you're gonna do things like cleans or deadlifts, it's better to use this ground. And it's kind of like a puzzle, you just put them I'm sure you can see the lines there. So if you guys have any ideas, if you have your own garage gym or you have some ideas that you feel like could make my gym better, more cooler, then feel free to let me know. I'm always open to ideas. Like I said, I'm looking to make it better in here anyway, like replacing that elliptical. Also, my idea over here, since I almost never use these plates right here, is I'm gonna put like a pulley machine, adjustable pulley machine, cables, because that's one thing I don't have in here. And that way I can use those plates as weight, and basically the space will be utilized. I didn't mention this. This is a traction device. I've shown that in videos or in a video before. I'll probably take this out too because I rarely use this. Every now and then, if I have a client that says, "Oh, my back hurts" or something, I might get them on this and they feel better. But I can always just move this somewhere else and bring it in if I need to. This thing is, man, I've had this thing for years, and I don't even think I used it one time in like 10 years. I don't know. It's the first time I'm gonna use it, but I'll just show you anyway. This is for the forearms. You just grab it like this, and you just pick it up. So you could just make one of these with the string and wood like I did, attach it to a weight. I'll probably get rid of that too since I never really use it. Oh, and then while we're here, this video is sponsored by Alamo Water Softeners. They are the best water softeners ever. Don't tell me who to advertise and who not to advertise, all right?
Oh.
All right? All right, I think that's it. Okay, let me, why not? You're here anyway, let's just keep talking, Resistance band. Personally, I don't know. These are okay. If you want to get one, fine. One cool thing about it is progressive resistance, meaning, for example, a curl, as I come up, it gets harder and harder because the band is more stretched out, versus a dumbbell tends to get easier at the top because of the angle in which you're pulling. So I rarely use these, but some people like them. I kind of don't like to use them because they tend to tear up pretty quick, and I kind of go through them pretty fast, but it's something to consider. They're decently cheap, and might as well just show you this thing. I think I showed it already, this Hurricane. So trigger points, if you have like a tight muscle or something's hurting, so for example on your back, your neck, you're like, my neck's hurting. You basically can use this and trigger point, press on those spots. So it's kind of a cool thing. When I first found out about this, I was like, ooh, that's cool. All right, is there anything else, Robert Rezaghi? Huh?
You explain almost all of them. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So that's it. So you didn't tell me what is that? This is just a plane. That's all it is.
That's all it is.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you were gonna do something, with it.
You thought wrong.
All right.
All right, that's it for the video, guys. God bless you all. Peace.